Very
Great.
good.
Okay. So let's talk through again what should a security operations center be, right? And everyone throws this term around like a SOC or SOC sim or a EDR managed with SOC, and like it's like this magic word that gets tagged onto everything to make it cool. And it couldn't be further from the truth. The security operations center is there for a reason, and that reason is to secure your environment and to really make the best use of your cybersecurity tools so that you don't find yourself in the situation where you have an alert somewhere and no one's looking at it and it just sits and sits and sits, and then all of a sudden something that was like a small problem has grown to an all-out structure fire. You don't want that to happen, right? So a true SOC should have some sort of proactive monitoring, be able to bring in the data, see what's going on, should help you with asset discovery. I don't, you guys, each of you manage slightly different environments. Anyone ever have a problem with someone buying their own laptop or bringing a machine from home, plugging it into your protected network? And then you're like, I see George just pantomiming. No, that never happens, right? And now you've got like this unknown node on your device, your network that does you don't have any control over. That's always a worry. Or say you inherited someone else's network and it's just a straight up mess. So this idea of asset discovery is actually really important because you can't protect something if you can't see it, if you don't know it's there, and you can't respond to any threats that it's introducing into your environment. Again, if you don't have your tools on it, you can't see it. So we should have some sort of asset discovery built into our security operations center. Activity log collection, that's like the most boring thing I've ever read, except for the next one, which is compliance, right? They're kind of related. But your SOC needs to have an idea of what's going on, right? So there has to be a way for that security operations center to pull in all of the data, what's happening, the high consequence activity in your environment, and make sense of it. Um, your security operations center should play a role in your compliance strategy. This is really a important box check, and we've had whole conversations with this group on compliance, so we're not going to dwell here too long today. But if it's not tied in with a strategic response plan, like when an event happens, what do you do next? Right? Who do you call? What actions do you take? Then it's not really part of your overall compliance strategy. So you need to make sure that it is that those things are determined up front. Next on the list is alert severity triage. Okay, that sounds, again, not the most exciting thing, right? But if you treat everything like it's a code 3 red fire drill, like, panic mode, or you treat it all as if it's not important, right? You're going to miss stuff. You need the ability to look at all of your data flowing in, all of these logs, all of this activity that's happening in the environment, and prioritize what needs human eyes on it the fastest, right? So your SOC should have the ability to do that for you. They can't just give you a long data dump list of alerts and say, okay, start at the top and work your way through. I don't know any IT people who have time to sit and respond to every single alert in order, right? So we need to make sure there's some sort of triaging going on. Threat response, this is where Blackpoint wins, right? We absolutely dominate this. Uh, your SOC is not a SOC if it can't actually respond and do something for you. Have to actually be able to spot the bad guys, then do something to stop them in their tracks, shut the door on them, protect the network. So you actually have to have a response. After that, incident recovery, guidance on what needs to happen to get all the way back to the right state, and this post-incident investigation. How did this happen? What went wrong, right? Cybersecurity is not like this stagnant point on a map where you just travel to it and then you're there. It is a cycle. As things change, your base state needs to change, right? You maybe need to do firmware updates and patches and maybe train users. One of our favorite demos we do for cybersecurity is to have a user click on a malicious link. All right. So one of the ways that we can help you is if we can determine how a bad action started and tell you, huh, Joe over there got a little click happy and downloaded something. Now you know you can retrain Joe and maybe improve your security posture. So that whole cycle is really, really crucial.